the camera because I'm tired of it. For the black women that's out here, y'all treat us like we not as a daily reminder, and that's not cool. Now all of this financial burden with my children is on me?
What?
It's not fair.
When a man shows you who he is, you have to believe him. When anybody shows you who they are, you have to believe them.
Like he doesn't have to pay nothing of it? Nothing?
That's the that comes with being a woman that is so ride or die about love.
Ah, this is up.
When you can't control what's happening to you, control how you respond to it. That's where your power is.
Bravery is not the absence of fear. Bravery is feeling fear and moving forward anyway.
Dreams without goals are just dreams.
You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind.
You do make a difference. As weak as you are, as tired as you are, as many mistakes as you made, you do make a difference.
When it feels scary to jump in, that is exactly when you jump. Otherwise, you end up staying in the same place your whole life.
People's opinion of you is none of your business, nor should you make it yours.
A real loser is somebody that's so afraid of not winning, they don't even try.
You can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you.
Insecurity kills more dreams than failure ever will.
Stop worrying about what other people think about you, and be sure that you think correctly about yourself.
Develop your communication skills, because once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are.
Feed this man into our kids. We created them out of love. How could I ever block you? Stop hurting me. Please. Especially because you know I really...
I keep a low, yeah. Pray the Lord and hop in boat. I'm the GOAT, be smoke, no sleep, what's a call? Lock and low, I keep a low, yeah. Pray the Lord and hop in boat. I'm the GOAT, be smoke, no sleep, what's a call?
You gotta lock and load on the grind when you get it. You can have the vision, but your heart gotta feel it. Lie to everybody, to yourself, you're the realest. You're the only one responsible for spiritual healing. Too many sell their souls and never get it back. They get sidetracked trying to be the cool cat, flashing money racks in they new Cadillacs, so then they go and lose that, messing with a hood rat. Most girls nowadays are just train wrecks, looking for respect. I just put them in check, let them know they the type I always eject. But if they play their cards right, then they may get sex.
Lock and low, I keep a low, yeah. Pray the Lord and hop in boat. I'm the GOAT, be smoke, no sleep, what's a call? Lock and low, I keep a low, yeah. Pray the Lord and hop in boat. I'm the GOAT, be smoke, no sleep, what's a call?
Welcome to When the Game Change.
King Beats. Pando, kill the beat.
See, what you gotta understand is, this is the rawest, the realest, the most truthful, the most controversial red pill of them all. You're gonna get nothing but that raw, that uncut, that day-to-day, that makes you stronger as a man, that keeps you going. But first, I introduce you to Anthony Spade. It's a new day, man, gotta wake up. Can't stay stuck when you're down on your luck. The game fucked up, but the world don't care. In the lockdown, there's a change in the air. Now they got a mask that they force you to wear. Everybody's scared, but they hoping for prayers. Stuck in the house, hibernating like a bear, stressed out from the kids about to pull out your hair. When the game changes, man, you gotta change with it. Can't wait for it, so you gotta go get it. It's money out there, but you really don't see it. Without a price tag, you ain't going near it. It's easier to talk than it is to walk. Got the heart of a tiger with the eye of a hawk. Looking down at the flock that be hugging the block. Year after year, still fucking with cops.
See, when you take that red pill, it opens your mind up to all of your insecurities that are holding you back. It allows you to develop the confidence to fix those insecurities, to transition them into confidence. See, the guy that you want to be, you've never been him before, so you don't know what it's like to feel like him. But all you have to do is find out who you are. Once you find out who you are, then you could be the king of your world. Stop looking at someone else's life and looking at their world, thinking that it's supposed to be you. This is Anthony Spade. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications button, and donate to the channel. Hasta la vista.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. If the microphone is good, let's get a 1. Let's go ahead and get that up. I want to welcome everyone to the Anthony Spade Reactions channel. You're now tuning into the Sigma Nation podcast, where we represent Sigma males, which are introverted alpha males that focus on chasing their dreams and self-improvement. And when I start talking about an alpha male, that's the type of man that I'm talking about. All the extra on top of it is up to you. Only those traits. Today we're going to be talking about why Sigma energy is what a man needs, not only as a man, but in a relationship. And I will also be breaking down the difference between Sigma energy and narcissism. Because a lot of people believe that when they look at the traits of Sigma male, it reminds them of a narcissist. But today I will be breaking that down differently. All right? First, I want to start off giving a shout out to the first contributor. Is going to be Keandre. The next one is going to be Spiritual Alpha. Big shout outs, bro. These are the first two donators today. We also got Sigma Nation in the building. Tony McMillan. We got Kevin Oduo. Big shout outs, bro. Jordan 11's in the building. Regular Dude is in the building. That's for Jordan 11 and Regular Dude. All right. I'm going to give it a couple of times for everyone to pop up in here. So far we have, let me get it together, 65 with 70 likes. So we're already starting out good. I got some reaction videos. Today should be a good lecture. Should be nice and steady. I want to thank everybody that showed up last night. And if you donated last night, I really appreciate you. Last night, we had a good live that I left up. Today, you guys are watching the playbacks from the live yesterday. Now, what happens here, big shout out to Desiree. She's coming in with the fire. Okay, what's going to happen is when it comes to these lives, the full lives are going to be in the memberships. The members will be able to get the full lives. The next day, we start breaking down clippings that are going to be, so the video you seen today, this morning that I released, was from yesterday's live. So that's how we're going to be doing it. All right. See what else we got up in here. We got Desiree Ellsford is definitely in the building. She's always coming through showing love. And Matiso Mazark, I don't even know what he's talking about. He says that beat. Whoa, that beat. Okay. All right, today we got some reaction videos, but I really wanted to break down Sigma energy. This may be a long live, but once I get started, everyone already knows the only way to get my attention is to donate to the channel.
All right, now I randomly will scan through the chats, and if I see some trolling in there, I'm simply gonna say, Keandre, get rid of it. You jump in disagreeing for no reason, just for attention, the moderators are gonna be all over you. One thing about Sigma Nation, these moderators make sure they get rid of all the trolling. They know what's a stupid question. They know if you hear just to create some nonsense, they're going to get rid of you immediately. I can almost guarantee you that. Once I start the lecture, the only way to get my attention is to donate, because I have a screen in front of me where I only see the colors. After that, as I get towards the ends of the lecture, I will say get your questions in, all right? This is where I answer questions for free, but throughout the process of me answering your question, if someone donates, I automatically go to their question and I may not return back to yours. So keep that in mind when I say put your questions in. Also make sure you put a Q in front of the question. So if you got a question that you want to know now, do not ask it now. Don't do it. Wait for me to say, put the Q, and then put your questions in there. And I'm going to spend a half hour answering questions. All right, so we got Jared, 20-year recovery is definitely in the building. Those are regulars. The regulars are going to start getting this as they come into the building. All right. How many minutes are we at? We got the music in the back. At work, a little busy, just checking out Big Dog. Big shout outs, bro. The live will still be up. You can go back and watch it. I may go live later on tonight. I don't know yet. Yesterday, I had some free time. I'm trying to get a lot of lives in before I hit the road to Florida, because I'm going to go a couple days without doing lives, and then we're going to come back in with a bang. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of that music. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to warm up a little bit with some reaction videos. The first reaction video that I want to start off with is young lady says that woman says wives who make more than their husbands are more likely to get cheated on. All right, these are just warm-up videos. Got about a little bit before I actually get into the lecture. Hold on, what are we doing? Hold on. Hate when that happens. All right, let's get into it.
And their husbands in heterosexual marriages are up to 3 times more likely to get cheated on. Another recent study found that men's stress levels rise if their female partners earn more than 40% of the household income. Researchers find that promotions to top jobs dramatically increase a woman's likelihood of divorce, a pattern that does not hold true for men. In a series of studies published in the American Psychological Association's Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, men felt bad when their wives beat them at something. But they also subconsciously lost confidence when their wives got any wins, even when they...
What she's not understanding is, I understand where she's going with that. See, what happens when a guy gets with a woman who makes more than him, the woman starts to belittle him because she starts to talk down to him because she starts to develop the alpha mindset. Regardless of how hard a woman is, and regardless of how much money she makes, she's always going to want her man to do something. She's always going to want him to work and try to outdo her. So a lot of these women develop a competitive nature. This is why I tell a lot of guys that are dating Virgos, if you date a Virgo woman, you have to be a driven person, because those type of women have a high work ethic and they're workaholics. So a lot of guys they end up with, they will talk down to them. Majority of women that are chasing success would not be able to love their man. And a lot of guys that are in relationships with these women, they feel unloved. That's one of the reasons why a lot of these guys run away or they may cheat. It's because they lose the connection. The woman starts to become more dominant to the point where he can't handle it. And it also has to deal with a lot of insecurity on the guy's end. Those are facts.
Weren't in direct competition with their partners. And this was true across all kinds of achievements, personal, social, and intellectual. Men felt worse about themselves when their partner succeeded compared to when she failed. And when their partner succeeded at something they failed at, their self-esteem took an even bigger hit, and in turn, their relationship satisfaction diminished. There's quite a bit of this data that seems to suggest that for ambitious women, personal success comes with a higher likelihood of relationship stress. And
I agree. This is why we tell guys, you have to go your own way. You have to go your own way before you start thinking about a relationship, because a man has to take the time out of his life to become the best version of himself. The situation that she's describing is a situation that a lot of simps go through. A lot of simps end up with the woman that outworks him, or the woman that may have the money, because all he had to offer was being a nice guy, being a slave, borrowing her car while she's at work, etc., etc. But the entire time, he think he's winning, but he's just becoming more insecure. I've seen a lot of guys do this with their baby mom. Their baby mom is out working her job. She's a nurse. He's getting a car while she's on break. He's telling his boys like, yo, dude, I ain't got to do nothing. I'm sitting at home. I got the BM car. I got life is made. I know plenty of dudes that live like that. They don't do nothing. They're cheating on their girl while they're at work. And then one day, she's like, hey, I think I can do better. And he starts to feel insecure. But that's just one scenario. Not every man goes through that scenario. But she's pretty much explaining the importance of why a man, you need to have your life together before you get in a relationship. And you have to have that competitive spirit.
And as long as we live in a world in which women's ambition often comes with these steep social and personal penalties, it's likely that these gender gaps will persist. In fact, there's quite a bit of research that shows women often change their behaviors in interactions that involve men to avoid this kind of backlash. For more on this kind of research and data, visit tooambitious.com to subscribe.
Okay, this is why it's highly and highly important that you have more to offer than just being a nice guy. When I stop and I look around, and I don't expect men to take this personal, because this is Sigma Nation. I'm already expecting you to be a guy that's on your grind. I'm expecting you to be working. I'm expecting you to be more confident when you get your life together so you don't find yourself dating. A lot of women that are constantly masculine and alpha search for weaker men. And in the process of searching for weaker men that they can control, the narcissist woman is what I would be talking about. Is more likely to end up in these type of situations because she needs a man that's going to make the world revolve around her. So a lot of guys simp their way into relationships where women are taking care of them. The only downfall about it is the moment that woman starts talking to him like a little boy, it's natural that he's going to go to another woman that makes him feel better. So I've seen guys get in relationships with girls that have money, and then she starts talking down to him. He starts feeling belittled, and he goes and cheats on her with a bummy chick that ain't about nothing because the bummy chick made him feel like a king. Those are the scenarios that I've seen. All right, let's get to the next video. It's going to be, this is one of the Manosphere girls. Let me see. She says, all right. She says she's preaching. Woman explains why men do not like Western women, and nobody wants Western women. Let's get to it.
A very, very selfish to you. I think that we've just got a very, very selfish culture of women. And to any women out there that say I have internalized misogyny or anything like that, that would require that I have a problem with women worldwide. I do not have a problem with women worldwide. I have a problem with Western women. And if you think that I'm just like making this up out of nowhere, reflect on the fact that there are Western men that are flying out east to find wives. Are Eastern men coming out west to find wives? No. Where in the world are men flying out in droves to marry American women? Nobody wants us. Why? We're big, we're selfish. We don't want to hear anything. You can't tell me to eat less. You can't tell me to change my life. You can't tell me it's not about me.
Whew. I have to say, she is dropping straight facts. But I think that most Western women recognize this. Now, the difference is, when you have women going to say this, the way that women are perceiving it, they're going to look at her like, hey, you're a pick-me chick. Because Western women, they're willing to submit, but all they're doing is calling men's bluff. That's mainly what's going on here. They became too dominant, but they're still telling guys, you have to do better than me. I think that we have a lot of guys that are not prepared to compete with their woman because they've been taught to love. Just like I said last night, in last night's live, I said, Whenever they started doing the agendas inside of the matrix and inside of the social media, the brainwashing was to tell guys, be nice to women because the masculinity that you have right now is considered toxic masculinity. So men have been taught that the way that they were thinking was bad. So men had to adjust the way that they're thinking, and their thinking transitioned into just treat women nice, treat women good, treat women this, which is why we have so many men now that are addicted to women. It seems like they're just obsessed with women. They're obsessed with treating women nice. And women are kind of like, hold up, you guys are major simps now. It's like all the guys are coming across as major simps. But throughout the brainwashing process, women were taught, go get a job and outdo a man. Go get a job and outdo a man. So what we have here is we have a psychological difference between man and woman. Men feel like their glory hole is treating a woman good, falling in love and romancing her. That's the mood that that the men are in because they've been stripped from masculinity ways. Their masculinity ways have been looked at as being toxic masculinity. So the brains have been conformed to pretty much worship women, and that has been done. That was done intentionally so men think this way, and women's brains have been taught to go get a job and outdo the man. What should have been happening is instead of weakening men, the promotion should have been men go start a business because you have to outdo the women. Men go start a business so you can outdo the women. But men haven't been taught to do that. Mothers haven't been teaching their sons to be kings. They've been teaching their sons to be little punks that don't hurt women. They've been teaching their sons to be little punks that don't offend women. Men have been programmed to being something that cannot hurt a woman, but they have not been programmed into being a competitor for success. The woman has. We have a shift in psyche is what's happening in the Western world. Now, she says a lot of guys are going over to Eastern countries to get a woman. I want to say something about passport bros. Passport bros, you guys are doing your thing. You're getting your passports. You're leaving. But it's predominantly black dudes. Why aren't you guys promoting going to Africa to get a woman? Because the Philippine girls, they're cute, but they're just the cute side of Korean women. They're cute, but they're okay. They ain't doing nothing to the girls in Colombia now. Come on, that's where the beauty's at. Brazil, that's where the beauty at. South America, that's where the real beauty is at. Even in African countries, that's where the beauty's at. So for the passport guys, my word to you guys is, let's start getting these passports and going over to Africa. Let's start talking about Africa instead of other cultures because I think that that's where the promotion needs to be at. All right, let's get to the next video. And this is going to be coming from Olivia Alexia. And she has 30 lies women tell to men. You guys have probably seen this. Let's get to it. Hold up. There we go.
I'm about to reveal the common lies women are hardwired to tell you and what they really mean. Number 1, he's just a friend. She knows he wants her, but she's friend zone him and only keeps him around and close to her for her benefit. Number 2, I'm not crazy. Here's a fact. Only crazy people say this. Number 3, I really like you, but as a friend. It almost always means that she's trying to reject you politely. Number 4, nothing's wrong. I'm fine. Literally almost never true. Number 5, you're the best I've ever had. She's trying to stroke your ego to make sure that you stay confident in the bedroom. Number 5, sorry I didn't see your text. She did. She just purposely ignored you. Number 6, I'm not like all those other girls. If she says this, she's exactly like all those other girls.
You guys make sure you're paying attention to the lies, but you got to also understand, and I tell guys this all the time, you can have all the red flags in front of you. If you have not yet found a way to control your desires, the thing between your leg will overlook all of this. Most guys know the difference between a good girl and a bad girl. After you've been in this space long enough, you're going to know the difference between a good girl and a bad girl. The only thing is, if you do not have control over your desires, the thing between your leg will ignore all of this, and that's normally what ends up getting guys played.
Number 7, I'm not looking for a relationship. That means I'm not looking for a relationship with you. Number 8, I can never marry a man for money. For the right price, she can. A man can handle not living how they want to better than a woman can because men are builders and women are nurturers. Number 9, it's okay, I forgive you. Women don't forgive anything. They just put it on the back burner temporarily and bring it up when it's convenient for them.
This is why if something happens between you and your ex, I've always stressed to you, never go back to her. If you and your ex have broken up because you did something wrong and you trying to weasel your way back in, leave that relationship alone. It's the same thing with her. She do something wrong and she try to come back, leave it alone because they're going to bring it back up and use that to get out of the relationship. I told you, most housewives, they're going to sit back and let their husband mess up 1,000 times so they can plan their escape. And when they plan their escape, they already have the proof in the pudding to walk away ease. This is why I tell you, do not go back to your ex if the reason that y'all broke up is because of you.
Like an argument. Number 10, I'm not jealous like other women. Most women are jealous like other women, but she wants you to think that she's different. Number 11, I hope you had a good time. She doesn't hope you had a good time because it wasn't with her. Number 12, I promise I won't get angry. That means if it's not as bad as what I'm thinking, then it's okay. But if it is what I'm thinking, then I'm furious. Number 13, my battery is dying. That means I seriously want to hang up in your face, but I'm giving you a warning first. Number 14, I've moved on. If she has to say she moved on, then she hasn't and it still bothers her. Number 15,
that's a big one that you guys have to understand because I know a lot of you guys getting these conversations with women, especially in text messages, especially on DMs when you start talking to your ex. So yes, you need to pay attention to that. When someone has moved on, they don't have time to think about their ex or bring up their ex because they think that they've moved on to something better. That's why I tell you guys, never go back to your ex.
15, your friend blank is handsome. That means I've already slept with blank mentally, and you better treat me right. Otherwise, I'll turn my dreams into reality.
You hear that? She compliments another guy and says that he's handsome. This is what you need to pay attention to. If she says this around you to one of your friends or an associate that you know, it is time for you to get out the relationship because chances are that's the guy that she would cheat on you with. When you start making your homeboys friends with your girl and you start to think all of y'all are just one big family and then she starts to give him compliments in front of you, whether he's dressing a certain way, acting a certain way, she's letting you know you go to jail, you piss her off, you make her mad, y'all break up. Chances are this is the guy that she's going to go sleep with. And yes, your best friend will fuck your woman if she's fuckable. You need to understand that as well.
Number 16, I'll be ready in 5 minutes. That means she'll be ready in an hour. Number 17, you deserve someone so much better than me. That means, yeah, I've lost interest in you. Number 18, I won't ever change you. I love you just.
Okay. Now, this is one that you guys get. You're a nice guy. All right, let's go back. Hold on, man. Let's go. Let's repeat it again.
I've lost interest in you. Number 8.
Okay, hold on. What did she say? Let's go back.
Number 16, I'll be ready in 5 minutes. That means she'll be ready in an hour. Number 17, you deserve someone so much better than me.
Okay, I think a lot of you guys have had that said to you, that you deserve someone better than you. That means she's afraid of hurting you. That's what that means. That means that you love her too much. And your love for her is sickening to the point where it's not even cute anymore. It doesn't hold any weight anymore. So when she tells you that, it is definitely time for you to go ahead and get out the door.
That means, yeah, I've lost interest in you. Number 18, I won't ever change you. I love you just the way you are. That means you're like putty in my hands and watch as I slowly but steadily manipulate you into what I want you to be without you even noticing. Number 19, I don't believe in checking my man's phone. Every single woman has checked a man's phone before. Fellas, don't let these ladies lie to you. Number 20, I hate guys who play games. Girls love guys who play games.
I'm glad she said that. That's why I tell you guys, you got to learn how to play the game. But on the man's end, playing the game is just a distraction. The slower you move, the faster she will. Playing the game is not calling her because you have free time. Remember the girl 2 lives ago, what did she say? She says any guy that has time to plan out a date and get romantic and can answer every text message is a loser. He has nothing going on. When it comes to a woman, she's going to play games if you have nothing going on. The game that you have to play with her is I don't have enough time for you because I'm busy doing this. That's the only way to win the game. You have to have a natural distraction. You have to have something in real life that is distracting you from her. Too many people are trying to trick people through text messages. You're trying to trick people through descriptions. You're trying to trick people into conversation, into liking you because they think you're something that you're not. No, the only way you can win the game is to really have a real distraction of you getting money or doing something that's advancing your lifestyle.
Number 21. Sorry, wrong text. Do you know how hard it is to accidentally text someone? She didn't text you by accident. She just wanted to remind you that she still exists. Number 22. I'm on my period or I have a headache when you try to attempt sex. She doesn't want it, but she doesn't want to say it, so she blames it on this. Number 23. Sorry, I'm just really busy from now until forever. Hint, she's not busy. She's just too busy for you. Number 24. It's not you.
Okay, can you guys get this? This is extremely important because when you go to set dates, this is the type of response a lot of guys are getting. You're getting these type of response and you think that response says, I need to work harder. No, it doesn't. One thing about a woman, which is why I tell you, at the beginning of the relationship, the only time that you should be calling a woman or texting a woman is to set up the date. That's it. If you do too much small talk and then try to set the date, it is going to be busy. If you call her every day and then try to set a date, she's going to be busy because there's no mystery there. You have now fell into the same pattern as the past 100 guys. What that means, she no longer needs to know anything about you. You've already revealed your future actions through those actions at the beginning.
It's me. It's you. It's always you. Number 25. I just don't get along with other girls. I don't know why. They always know why. They just don't want to talk about it because they want to maintain their innocence. Number 26.
Whenever she doesn't get along with other girls, you want to know the real thing is she's a whore and a manipulator. But in girl language, it's not going to be whore. It's going to be the girl that can get whatever she wants. So when you see girls saying that I don't hang out with other girls or I'm different from other girls, you have to understand chances are she's the promiscuous one.
I never wear makeup. Tinted moisturizer is still makeup, mama, but they want you to think that they're naturally flawless. Number 27, I don't have any expectations. Almost all women have expectations.
Big shout outs to, Big shout outs to Pat Do It. Big shout outs to Michael Dorsey. Really appreciate it, bro. Really appreciate both of y'all.
But she wants to think that she's open-minded. Number 28, I'm a very simple woman. Women by nature are not simple creatures, but she doesn't want you to think that she's complicated because then that might scare you off. Number 30, I've only been with X amount of men. Almost always that number is going to be a lie because they don't want you to get turned off because now you think that they're easy. Put down in the description box how many of these.
Olivia Alexia is always dropping them facts whenever it comes to women. You guys get over there and subscribe to her channel. She's been around for a while. She keeps getting prettier and prettier too, you know? But what we're getting ready to do is we are getting ready to go into the lecture. Let me pull up my screens. We have Pat Do It that just donated. We got Michael Dorsey that just donated. Big shout outs to you guys. Now, when the ballers show up, if we get any ballers in here today, the ballers would simply get this.
Sweet.
That's for anybody that donates 50 and up dollars. Everyone else would normally get this. If you're a Sigma baller, then you get the... All right, so now we are getting ready to go into the lecture. The only way to get my attention is to donate. My screen is in front of me. When it comes to to messages. I rarely glance into them, so I'm going to need my moderators to really be on top of it when we get started with the lecture. All right? Let's do it. Okay, Sigma energy. What is Sigma energy, and why is it the best approach for men and relationships? All right, this is Sigma male, introverted alpha males. We're just going to be breaking it down. All right, when it comes to Sigma males are more stoic. They're less responsive. All right, to a lot of people, being that Sigma males are loners and they're stoic, we start to look at like we're a narcissist because we're not emotionally responding to people. So a lot of people look at us like, oh, they're narcissists because they say things to us and we don't react emotionally, or we may not care about a situation on an emotional level that they do. So with stoic people, but coming off as emotionalists, the weaker vessel will always say, you're a narcissist. They always have us in the narcissist situation. So before I get started, I will be breaking down right now the difference between Sigma energy and narcissism. First of all, Sigma energy has empathy for people. This is why we're less responsive. What do I mean? We're able to understand why someone may be complaining to us. We may understand a person's personality to what they are saying. There's no need for us to act shocking. There's no need for us to really respond that much because we can see through them and see who they are. So we actually feel people's pain. We just don't try to comfort it. Jared, 20-year recovery. He says, one thing I'll disagree with, a woman would tell you the real number if you're a guy who sleeps with a lot of women. They know who won't judge. Big shout outs, bro. Yep, he's absolutely right. The girl, you talking about the girls for the streets? Yeah, they're going to know which guy. Most men don't care if a woman's for the streets. That's pretty much like something that men who want to be in love with the trashy chicks, they're mad that they're attracted to a woman who sleeps around because they really want to love them. So to them, it's going to be her body count. She's for the streets. I don't want to be with that. Right? Because you want a whore to be a good girl. But guys out here who get women, we don't care about the girl who slept around a lot. Because if we want to deal with her, we'll deal with her. And we won't care how many guys that she's been with. Why? Because we're not trying to marry her. We're not trying to be in a relationship with her. We just want a one-night thing and call it a day. Right? Big shout out to Jared, 20-year recovery. And he's also one of those regulars on Sigma Nation podcast. All right? Now, the first difference is Sigma males have empathy for others, which means we understand their pain. We understand what they relate to. We just don't respond to them. When it comes to a narcissist makes themselves more important than anybody. So a narcissist would see someone going through pain, but they would think that that pain doesn't bother them and that they don't have to show them attention. Sigma males will at least acknowledge someone in pain, but we won't sit there and keep patting you on your back. We're more likely like, hey, clear up. You got to get over it, buddy. Sorry. I understand you going through it, but at some point you're going to have to get over it. We're one of those. When it comes to a narcissist would just look at a person as just being weak, like, oh, you're not good as me. Oh, you're just crying. So Sigma males, we have empathy for people. Narcissist people don't. The second thing, Sigma energy is stoic. You know what I'm saying? Like, we stick to ourselves. So with us, the main thing when it comes to Sigma energy is to stay focused on what we want to do. So we're less responsive because we don't want to get dragged into other people's world. But when it comes to a narcissist needs people around them for their ego. We don't. We trust people to be who they are. But we also realize that people are not going to help us get to where we have to get to. We don't get gratification by having a whole bunch of people around us to make us feel like we're popular. We understand that that's fake. But when it comes to a narcissist person needs the attention and gratification from others to feel better. They need control, but they need people to pretend like they love them for their own ego. Another thing when it comes to Sigma energy that's different than narcissists is that a Sigma energy never reveals too much about itself. All right? It takes people a long time to figure out the personality of the Sigma energy, of the Sigma male, or the things that are going on with their life. We don't run to people and tell them our problems. We're willing to deal with our problems ourselves. But when it comes to a narcissist, whenever something doesn't go right, they play victim and try to tell the world and get the world to side with them. You have to realize narcissist people take advantage of weak people. Sigma energy acknowledge weak people and stay away from them. We can guide ourselves around them, but we don't want weaker people around us. We don't want the person who can easily be manipulated because they become a liability to us. If I know I can manipulate you, then I know you could be manipulated away from me. It's not like that with narcissists. Narcissist people need people around them. When something happens in their life, they want to go and share it with the entire world and play victim, and then everyone has to try to once again, put the attention back on them. The last thing when it comes to Sigma energy that's different than narcissists is that Sigmas can accept criticism. We can accept it really, really, really good. We're not really stuck on what you say about us because, once again, we're going to look through you and see why you're saying what you say. When it comes to a narcissist person cannot deal with criticism at all. You go to criticize a narcissist or you try to give constructive criticism, the first thing that they are going to do is find something about you and try to tear it down. They're going to try to find your insecurity and they're going to poke at it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to poke at what they're doing. They're going to poke at how they're doing. And they're going to try to use it against you. Every time you give the truth to a narcissist, they're going to twist it and try to tear you down. All right, so that's the difference between the Sigma energy and the narcissism. Now we're going to go into Sigma energy, what it is and why it's the best approach for life, for men and relationships. All right, let's see here exactly. All right, Mark, how do you show? Bye. Put Mark on timeout. Okay, Sigma energy. One thing about Sigma energy, the way that we look at life when it comes to Sigma energy is, you know that whatever you want out of life is not going to land on your lap. One thing that Sigma energy does is that it makes a man accountable for everything that he does. Sigma energy, you are accountable to the things that you eat. You're accountable to the things that you say. You're accountable to things that happen in your life. We recognize early in life that the only way that we're going to get stuff out of life is if we go forward. We have to chase our dreams. We have to get up and work. We have to go do the research. We have to work hard. We realize that the only way you get to play hard is to work hard. That's what the Sigma energy recognizes. We're not looking for handouts. We're not asking nobody else. We're not going to go to apples and ask them how to grow oranges because they're successful at growing apples. That ain't what we're going to do. We don't run to people and try to get advice about life that's not going in the direction that we're going. That's why I tell a lot of you guys, you have to figure out your league. Sigma energy is where you figure out what league you're in. You have guys that are basic dudes, but they want a supermodel for a wife or a girlfriend, and they're not realizing that the supermodels are living in an entire different league. Their attraction levels are different. The men that are coming for them are different, but you just like her because she's pretty, and you want to figure out, how do I get this girl that I really want to like me, but you're overlooking your league. You're not even in the league with her. But one thing that a Sigma does is we recognize our lane. We recognize what we like out of life. We recognize our personality traits. So once we discover our personality traits and we discover what lane we are in, we work harder in that lane. I always tell you, I know tattoo artists that get a lot of women, that make a lot of money, but yet his girlfriends are all filled with tattoos and piercings in their nose, and there's something I wouldn't date, but to him, he's in heaven. So that's his lane. He don't come over into another lane and try, he's not going to go golfing and try to meet a girl at the golf course when he's covered with a lot of tattoos. He's in an entire different lane. So you have to understand, when it comes to Sigma energy knows where they fit in life and become successful within that lane. Next sign. Now we're going to go into Signs that you do have Sigma energy. All right? But one thing that you have to understand with Sigma energy, you're willing to work. You're willing to grind. You're willing to get knocked down and get back up. I'm going to say it again. You have to be willing to work. You have to be willing to grind. And when you get knocked down, you have to be able to get back up. You got to realize most people need to run to other people for their problems and guidance. Sigma energy doesn't. We take the time out to figure it out. We're willing to put in the work. While others, things happen to them in their life, they got to go to this person, tell them their problems. They got to go to another person, tell them their problems. They got to go to this person and tell them their problems. Next thing you know, they're by themselves because they keep telling people their problems and people keep giving them the same answers, but they're expecting different answers. They want the answer that they feel is going to work best for them. Sigmas, we ain't doing that. People rarely know that we have problems because we're really good at fixing them ourselves without telling anyone. So we're willing to put in the work. We're willing to take the hardship. All right. Signs that you have Sigma energy is that you're not easily defeated. See, one thing that we believe in, we live under the concept that it isn't the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. That's Sigma energy. The David and Goliath. You know, the mini-me versus the giant. We're willing to go forward. Sigmas are brave people. What's bravery? Bravery is recognizing fear and going towards it. That's what we do. You cannot defeat a Sigma male. All we would do is see what we did wrong, re-strategize, and get back up. That's different when you don't have Sigma energy. A lot of guys, they get defeated really, really fast. When it comes to life, a lot of people get defeated because they don't think that they can take it on. But Sigma energy, we look at it as a challenge. We're looking at it as a lesson learned. Michael Dorsey with another $10. Big shout out to Michael Dorsey with a $10. That's his second time donation. Big shout outs too. So you have to understand, we're willing to put in the effort. We're willing to go for what we want. And in order for us to have that type of resilience, we block out everybody. That's why a lot of guys say, how do I go from being an introvert into being a social person as a Sigma? That's alpha and beta want to be social. Sigma energy, we're only so social whenever it's something that we're dealing with that's in our lane. Like I told you, Sigma energy don't have just because friends. We don't have friends just because. Like, this is my just because friend. We don't hang out. We just call each other and talk about life and catch up with each other. We don't have those type of friends at all because our friends become our dreams. It's like, all right, if my dream is to, like let's say some of you passport Sigmas, you say your dream is to go to Thailand. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to focus on just going to Thailand. And if you know you're going to go there and start another life, you're going to emotionally start disconnecting yourself, energy from people around you. You're going to naturally start doing that. Because when you get to where you got to get to, you have to build a whole nother world. You cannot stay emotionally attached to people. This is why long-term relationships don't work, because there is no energy there. Sigma energy recognizes that at the beginning. We don't have time to be in a long-term relationship and break up 3 months later because the love broke apart. We'll know, like, hey, I'm getting ready to move. This relationship ends tomorrow. Sorry, let's go ahead and get all the emotional shit out now, because when I get to moving, I'm going to be moving, and we get over things real fast. We could unlove overnight because we're not going to spend too much time wasting on shit that doesn't affect us. That's why I tell a lot of you guys to still be bringing up the past of what happened to you is a sickness. Because to be stuck inside of a time period that doesn't exist anymore, you can't take back, and it's doing nothing for you complaining. Sigmas aren't like that. We recognize what it is and we move forward immediately. Sigmas are the type that people will hold on to relationships with us than what we will with them. I have friends that think that we're closer than what we are, but I'm on their once a year list. So when they call me, they think we're on the same path. And to me, it's like, just text me, bro. I don't want to talk to you. I don't really know you like that. So that's how we are. We don't have just because friends. All right. Next is going to be one thing that Sigmas can do that's better than everyone else is that we can highlight our good features and not pay attention to our flaws. I'm going to say it again. Sigma energy highlights their best features and don't pay attention to their flaws. In other words, when we find out what we're good at, we will run with it. If you guys are good at math, you will run with that. If you're good at fixing stuff, you will run with that. We're good at taking our best traits and multiplying it and making it better than what it is. We know what's going to work for us. We're not the type that's going to sit around and complain that we're fat. And you guys remember a month ago I said, yo, look, I'm fat. I done got in the gym. I done lost my 15 pounds. You can see it in my face. I just showed my stomach yesterday because I'm working at it. I recognize it's a flaw, but I'm not going to think about it every day because my strong traits are going to be my face and communication. What does that mean? What I'm doing right now is my best feature that I have as a person. It's not looks. It's not height. It's not money. It's this. It's communicating with you. It's teaching you about Sigma, and I run through it because I'm a great communicator. Sigma males, we take our greatest feature and amplify them. I have friends that are good at fixing cars. I have friends that are good at the stock market, but they have other flaws that they don't pay attention to. You have a lot of nerdy looking dudes out here that are really good at being businessmen. They take it and they run with it. That's what Sigma energy is. Sigma energy is kind of like, all right, I'm not the perfect person, but I'm really, 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 really good at this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to become the best person that does that. And that's what I'm going to be known for. People are going to know that this is what I do. Okay, we're not the type that's going to get caught up in all the BS and oh my God, I care what you think about me. What do you think about these shoes? We don't do that. When people see us, they're going to know he dressed the way that he wanted to dress. He acting the way he want to act because he's comfortable with his flaws and he's willing to showcase his greatest attributes. So understand, flaws mean nothing to us. We highlight our greatest features and we run with it. All right, next, we have standards for people in our life. And when I say standards, it's more of a psychological standard. You know what I'm saying? Like although I'm Anthony Spade, I have a Sigma Nation team that helps run all of this, right? So the team is filled with so many different personalities. None of us are alike. None of us are alike. None of them are like me, and I'm not like them. We don't even listen to the same music. But guess what standards we have? Michael Dorsey back with another one. He says, in the pulpit today, the deep end. Big shout outs, bro. Really appreciate it. This is what we do, bro. We going in on it. You already know. You already know. So we have a standard for the psychology of people that we have around us. Why? We can only have people around us that's helping us go to the next level, that's helping us advance to where we got to go. We don't play the cool kid game. Like, we ain't going to play the popularity contest. Like, I'm not going to play I got friends just because they my friends. I'm going to have this guy do this. I'm going to have this guy work here. No, I learned a long time ago, you don't hire friends because they get lazy really, really, really fast and they start to feel entitled. Sigma energy, what we're good for doing is placing the right standards around us, placing the right energy around us that's going to allow us to move forward in life. This is how we stay ahead of everyone else. It's because we don't look at the looks of people. We look at the psychology of people. When we go out with women, we're not looking at our breasts, titties, and booty. We're already there because we're attracted to her. The main thing that we have to do, we have to pay attention to everything that she's saying. And we have to pay attention to her red flags, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. So the Sigma energy, you establish standards of psychology that you want around you. You're just not going to have anybody around you just because. You don't need those just because friends. They're going to slow you down. Now we're going to get into the attraction part. All right, when we start talking, let me shift my paperwork around here. Let's go ahead and get those likes up too. How the likes looking? Give me 1 second before I go in here. We have 173 likes with 232 in here. Let's at least go ahead and get those likes all the way up over 200 for me. Now we're going to go in. Why is Sigma energy so attractive, especially to women? One thing about Sigma energy is the biggest attraction that Sigma energy has is mystery, the confidence underneath the mystery. Another thing is going to be how disciplined Sigma energy is. One thing about Sigma energy and Sigma males, they will lock in to be disciplined to what they want. They will block out the entire world. Women see that. People see that. People see your grind. People see your results, especially when you're not paying attention to them. When you're not paying attention to people, people seem to want to pay attention to you more. All right? So people pay attention to Sigma energy more because Sigma energy is way more focused on where it wants to be, where it wants to go. One thing about me, I've been going to the gym for years. I have yet, in the past 3 years, stopped and talked to anybody. But yet, everybody at the gym has seen me pull up in multiple cars that I've bought, flipped, and customized over the years. That the women in there, they see what I'm capable of. They try to throw themselves around me. And even the dudes, they know what it is. Why? Because I'm not in there trying to play popularity. I'm not in there telling you what I drive. I'm not in there mingling with you. I'm just a guy that's coming in the gym. I'm in there for my 30-minute workout, and I leave. But while everybody in there, they done became a family and they're all friends with each other, I'm the one that don't say nothing to them. All they see is the results in the parking lot. And all the niggas that be hating on me, they see the results in the parking lot too. Matter of fact, they see while they in the gym talking to those girls, they watch how those girls shift and put themselves in my position. Next thing you know, I got a lame nigga trying to get with a girl, trying to use the lame nigga as bait to try to make me jealous to come get her. We know that. Why? Because I ain't yet walked into that room, walked into that gym and introduced myself to anybody. They just see the results. They done already Googled the channel. They done already Googled all that. They see that. That's what Sigmas do. We're disciplined to what we want, and people on the outside, they look in and see it, and they are attracted to it. Women are always attracted to that type of guy because they know that guy is planning to survive. On top of that, that guy don't have time for games. I don't have time to talk to them. I don't have time to try to coerce her. I got time to only focus on what I want to do. And that's one of the biggest attractions that Sigma energy brings to the game. All right, next. One thing about Sigma energy, the ambition is contagious. What do I mean by the ambition is contagious? Our ambition is so high that it makes other people want to get it. You can't stand next to me. One thing that I notice about people that have work ethics, when they come around me, they love saying, yo, I'm about to start this business. And yo, Aunt, what I should do, Aunt, yo, Aunt, I done started doing this, Aunt. But then you have the people that come around you because they like the cars, they like that. But when they realize like, yo, this dude really be working hard, it intimidates them. They feel like, oh, Aunt think he better than me because what? I'm outworking you because I'm doing things that you can't do. So we have ambition that's going to do two things. It's going to inspire people to want to work hard. The closer they get to us, we have way more people that want to be successful, that want to be something, that want to go somewhere with their lives, and the others are just feeling insecure. All right? So we make people want to be something better in their life because they're seeing the results and they're seeing less talking. That's what makes Sigma energy the best. We don't have time to run our mouth to try to convince you of something when we can just show you. We'll rather show you this is what it is. I don't want to tell someone I'm driven. I don't want to tell someone I'm smart. I don't want to try to convince people of that. I would rather show you This is why I don't write a book. I don't feel like at this point, introverted men need a book to tell them to do anything at this point. In life, you're only going to go far through experiences. And most of y'all are Andrew Tate fans, and Andrew Tate has said out of his own mouth that he does not read books at all because he believes that books are only going to give you gratification, but the experiences are going to last longer and you get the knowledge at the same time. That's what Sigma energy is. We believe in going to go get the experiences, and our ambition rubs off on other people and inspires them to want to do things with their life as well. All right. Another thing when it comes to dating, one thing that Sigma energy does do in the dating world is that we pay attention to red flags more than the conversation with the woman. When it comes to women, I think that most guys can get caught up in how a woman looks. Her charm, her attraction can change the way that he conversates with us. And I think that whenever you're dealing with Sigma energy, we're focusing more on the red flags. All we're doing is looking for red flags to know where we're going to place this woman in our life. And that causes us to be a better dater because we avoid more conflicts in a relationship. We know what girls are going to cheat. We know what girls are for the streets. We know what girls are good girls. When I was out here, and I tell guys right now, when I was out here running around in these streets, I made sure I was dealing with whores. I made sure I was dealing with bad girls. I made sure I was dealing with borderline prostitutes. Whenever I just wanted to have multiple women and run through women, I didn't have a roster of good women that I was using because I got hurt by a previous relationship. So now I'm going to get a whole bunch of women I can manipulate to make myself feel better. I never did that. I was always able to have girls that I know were for the streets, and I did not have any emotional connection if she didn't pick up and I didn't sleep with her that night. I didn't care. I recognize a whore for being a whore. So you have to understand that Sigma energy is going to put you in front of women. And when you're in front of women, you're going to be able to adjust to each type of woman that you want. I always use the strip club owner and the guy that go to the strip club theory. What do I mean? The strip club owner and the guy that goes to the strip club are going to look at the same woman, right? But their reactions to them are going to be different. One thing is, when a guy goes into the strip club, he's going in to see women. He's going to get aroused. He's going to seek sex. He's going to pay for sexual, orgasm to his eyes. That's what he's going for. When the women that work in the strip club, they know the guys are coming here to see ass and titties. They don't like me. They're here to see ass and titties, and that's all they want. So what do the girls do? They signed up for a job that they know at some point they are going to take their clothes off. Okay, so what you have is the guys are coming in for orgasm eye arousement. The women are aware of that, but the strip club owner, he knows the weaknesses between both. He knows the girl that's willing to take her clothes off where she's weak at, and she knows the guy in here blowing all the money on these type of women is weak as well. See, behind the room, if you was to take one of these tricks and you was to take him to the back room where the girls get dressed at, and he was sitting in a room with a whole bunch of naked women getting dressed, the guy that came to the strip club is going to be excited. Like, oh man, I'm back here with all the naked girls. He ain't going to know what to do with himself. But the strip club owner, he sees all these naked girls every single night. And you know what he says? Bitch, you better bring me my money. He ain't sitting in there getting excited. He ain't sitting in there laughing and giggling with them, happy to be in the break room, happy to be naked women. Strip club owners don't do that. Strip club owners are in there saying, yo, listen, tonight we got this guy coming in. I'm going to need y'all to be on y'all best behavior. I'm going to need you to do that. Strip club owners are not in the back room getting excited because the bitches are there. The bigger the strip club is, the more money they making, the less the strip club owner interacts with his girls. The smaller the strip club is, the more the nigga be fucking her and shit. But they ain't making no money. They halfway on crack and beat up and busted. So you have to understand, the strip club owner mindset It's what the Sigma has. But I only use that as an allegory to say this. We could sit in a room full of whores and not get an arousement because we know how stupid she is. The stupidity of her has already turned us off. But then when you have the guys out here who are not emotionally trained around women, they'll get in a room full of naked women and won't know what to do with themselves and lose their mind the whole entire time. That's the difference whenever it comes to a Sigma thinking about red flags versus how a woman looks. Our mindsets is different. Soon as we look at a woman, we're immediately trying to spot out the psychological flaw. That's what we're looking at. Some guys don't spot out the psychological flaw because they're too busy paying attention to titties and ass. See, her just showcasing titties and ass has already said more about her brain. The faker the titties says something about her brain. The bigger the booty says something about her brain. The surgery on the lips says more about her brain. Nose changes says more about her brains. The more makeup and the more she alternates her body, the more it tells us more about her brain. So our interactions with her is going to be different because we spotted out the red flags first. All the other guys, most other guys are not going to do that. They lead with the attraction. They lead with the ass, the titties. I'm attracted to her. I just want her. I want to love her. They start thinking from the emotional standpoint, and it overlooks the red flags, and they find themselves getting hurt in the long run. What that means? That means a Sigma male would know which girls are going to be the whore, which girls can get on the track, which girl that you can marry, and which girls you just keep in the same spot. But most men are not going to know how to separate these type of women because all they did was follow their desires. So understand, Sigma energy is where your judgment is seeking red flags at the beginning, and you adjust to that. That's what makes us attractive because we can sit in a room full of women and we not allow them to change who we are. This is why I can't do panels. Because a woman can't change my mind. I watch a lot of panels where guys start off good, but as soon as the women start talking, then those guys try to change up what they're saying. That's not going to work with us. We've already seen your red flags, and we know I'm not getting ready to argue with this girl. She'll argue till they blue in the face. Women would snatch your energy over an argument, fuck your brain all up, and be laughing at you because you got out of character. This is why they like to say, "You mad, huh?" Then now you got bitch ass niggas. Y'all do the same thing. You aggravate people and then you turn around and say, "You mad, huh?" Okay, people that say, "You mad, huh?" That's a female trait. That's what women do. This is why Sigmas, we lead with the red flags. We ain't getting ready to go through all that. They're not going to be able to shake up our energy. All right, last but not least, where Sigma energy holds the power in dating is that we're not desperate. We're never desperate. We're comfortable with our own peace. We're the introvert that's extroverted. What that means? That means we're the introvert that's outside moving at our own drumbeat. We're not the introvert that's walking outside and they're trying their hardest to stay away from people. We're not that. We know how to blend in with people, but that doesn't mean that we want to enjoy the crowd. We become extremely attractive to women because we're willing to walk away from them at any given moment, and women know that. See, if I go to set a date with a woman and she flakes, that's it. It's over. Or if she changes the schedule, it's over. We instantly move on. The whole time that women are dealing with us, they feel like they're walking on eggshells because we're not doing all the stuff that all the other guys are doing that desperately need women. We don't do that at all. The Sigma energy itself, it's not desperate to fall in love. It's desperate for experiences. So in other words, she has to tag on to us because we normally know exactly why we woke up that morning and what we wanted to accomplish. We possess signs of a leader almost immediately when women come across us. And this is the energy that most men need to have nowadays. And the reason why that energy stands out the most is because truthfully, when it's all said and done, most guys are so soft, they just argumentative now. Everybody's disagreeable. Everybody feels like they just have to troll to get attention. And the people that are, the women now are kind of getting frustrated with it
because a lot of guys are stuck complaining that they can't even date anymore. Like the dating game is dead because both sides are overanalyzing their own standards. That's what's happening. Women have been manipulated and men have been manipulated. But men have been manipulated the worst because women's nature has always been like this. Men's nature has just changed to complaining. When I was growing up, we couldn't complain about nothing. A man just couldn't. You had to get out and get it. Like I tell a lot of you guys, my mom been telling me since a little boy, you're going to be successful. Oh, you're going to have to go do this. Or you're going to get played by women. My mom used to say it just like that. You do not become a guy that get money, you ain't going to get no woman. It's that simple. So you have to understand the minds of men have changed. The manipulation has changed. Guys are complaining to women about their nature as if they're getting ready to change. And a lot of guys that are complaining, you're not the guy that women even wanted in the first place. Even if they were submissive, they wouldn't want you. So you have to understand, as a Sigma, in Sigma energy, we're going to outwork you. We're going to make smarter moves. We're going to dodge whack-ass bitches, and we're going to accomplish more in life. While most guys are going to be left just complaining about something they can't change. You can't change women's nature, but you got all day to complain. But when it comes to women, Sigmas, we already know there's only one way to win, and that's become the best version of yourself. Women want 3 things out of a man. Entertainment. They want a man that at least got some type of personality. Finances. They want a sense of security. You don't got to be rich. And they want dominancy. They want a man that at least can put off the image that he can protect her. They want protection, sense of security, and they want entertainment. Guess what? A Sigma can give you all of that because he'll pull you into his world, and that's what makes him the most attractive. Telling all guys, you must develop that Sigma mindset in modern day world because we're going into a world of introverts. Everyone is in a singles mindset. To have the Sigma energy places you a step of everyone else who is stuck in confusion. And that is the end of today's lecture. I will be taking questions. Go ahead and get your questions in now. Make sure you put a Q in front of the question. Damn, I've been talking for 1 hour and 15 minutes. I ain't even noticed that. Go ahead and put a Q in front of the question. Let's get those donations up, and let's definitely, oh, y'all doing good on the likes. Let's get the likes all the way up too. I see you, Atlas93. Let me get some water. I'll be right back. All right. Let's go ahead and get those questions in. Let me see if you guys got the likes up. Let's get the likes up, donations up, and the questions up all at once. Big shout out to Keandre. All right. We back. All right, out of all that time, we only got one question. All right. He says, Atlas 93 came through. He says, does having a sudden onset of haters means you're making progress with your life? Yeah, I never looked at haters as being bad, bro. Like, this is common sense. Whenever it comes to a hater in your life, you're supposed to have haters. If none of you have haters right now, chances are you're not doing anything. You're supposed to have haters. Haters are a true sign that you're doing stuff, and you're not supposed to be emotional about them as well. You're supposed to let them talk. You're supposed to let them put you down. You're supposed to let them do these things. So yes, having haters does mean you're progressing, but you got to also realize your progression is up to you. It's what you're progressing in, how far you think you're going, because success is different from person to person. Right, big shout outs to Regular Dude. He coming again. Regular Dude comes through with the $5. Really appreciate it. He says, give us some footage from Florida so I could get some motivation to get out of crazy ass Cincinnati. Hey, I was just getting ready to fly to Cincinnati. My mother lives in Cincinnati. I was getting ready to fly to Cincinnati to drop my dog off, and I was going to fly out of Cincinnati. Our airport code is what, CVG? Literally, I was getting ready to fly out, but we ended up getting a dog sitter, so I'm good. But I like Cincinnati. I like the stadium downtown. Y'all got the baseballs in front of the stadium. It overlooks that river that goes over into Kentucky. My mom loves it. She loves the hell out of Cincinnati. All right. Jordan 11, he says, what's keeping you motivated to work every day? This is something that I love to do. I've always been into communications. To wake up and do it every day, it's been a job for a very long time. But I don't get burnt out because this is something that I naturally love to do. So it comes easy for me. On top of that, you have to work in order to make money, in order to survive. I recognize what it takes in life to be successful. I recognize what it takes in life for you to be happy, and I'm willing to put in the work. But I also understand that how can I say, I have to be realistic as to where I want to go. The harder I work, the better results I'm going to get. But I know that I've signed up for something for life. When it comes to life, you will be working forever. It's just patience. It's just pace it so you're always chasing it. When people start to do things for money and they're not doing it because they love it, they don't have a passion for it, they will eventually get burnt out. And as they get burnt out, they will be less motivated to do it. It's hard for me to burn this out. If anything, I'll just increase my work ethics like I'm doing because I'm not going against the grain. You have a lot of content creators in this space. This ain't them. They don't know the knowledge. They're just repeating it. They've built a career, but they're hurting their brain every day because they want to do something different and they can't. Me, I was able to switch overnight and go back to my natural brand and rebuild all over again. So understand what keeps me motivated is the fact that I know life is all about adjustments. I'm going to get knocked down and I have to adapt to keep going. Species who fail to adapt will go extinct. Right? Alex in the zone with the $9.99. Alex in the zone was one of those donators last night. Really appreciate it, brother. He says Sigma male can bring out the insecurities of an alpha male whenever the alpha male can't control them. Most alpha males are going to recognize the Sigma male and have respect for the Sigma male because the Sigma male is not combative with him. But an alpha male will get extremely jealous of a Sigma male if he wants the Sigma male to follow him and the Sigma male refuses. Then the alpha male would definitely be exposing his weaker traits. It would definitely bring out his insecurities because he wants to dominate him. You see alphas expose their insecurities when they like a female that likes a Sigma. You got to realize, in most cases, guys don't see us talking to females. We normally will talk to females when they're by themselves. So a lot of alpha males, if they like a girl, but that girl likes the Sigma, you're going to always see his insecurity, straight up. He says, do you and Mom do Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh thing? No, because my mom is naturally from Pittsburgh. She was here, and she moved away. Then I moved here. So my mom is still a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, diehard. What she is into is soccer. You guys have a big soccer stadium. She's into soccer, and she runs the department downstairs. She has I think you guys have 7 Salvation Army locations. She manages those, but she's into soccer. So that soccer stadium that you guys got downtown, that's something that she really likes. But she is a Steeler fan. All right, let's see here. Thanks, bro, for he's saying a lot of similar things to Anthony Spade, just worded differently. Big shout outs, bro. Really appreciate it, my man. Forever preserving. Hold on, did we get another question? Oh, we got Keandre. Keandre says, ever heard of Elliot Hustle? Yes. His recent podcast, he says, the Matrix is hierarchy, and do you agree with that? Yes, but no. To me, the Matrix can be shifted at any given moment because it's a collective of different ideologies. It's more of a popularity contest, if you ask me. The Matrix doesn't have any set rules. It doesn't really have a set standard of rules. It's more of a, I guess we can say it is. I never looked at it. I don't think it's ran by women. I think women bring out I think women movements are bigger, maybe, but I don't think that the internet is ran by women because women adapt to the men online. Whatever a woman does to get a man's attention online, she's always getting a man's attention. She always has to take her clothes off. She always has to talk. For instance, girls can come in this space and be like, other girls are bad. Oh, other girls are bad. Other girls are bad. But the men support it. So it's women are getting away with weaker men giving them the power. The system itself of the Matrix isn't just giving the woman the power to control everything. The men are just making women powerful at certain things. But the Matrix itself can shift at any given moment. It's based off of popularity. If everybody in the world was to Google the same exact thing every day, then their algorithm would change completely of their life. So if you was to type in wood crates and you looked at wood crates all day, your algorithm would be controlled with wood crates. That's how the algorithm is. It controls each person different based off of what they're Googling. So if you're Googling red pill information all day, your algorithm looks like the entire world is talking about trans and LGBT and agendas and all that. But somebody who's Googling, with me, my homepage is filled with car shit. So my algorithm is Dodge Chargers and Springs and racing and all of that when I go to my homepage and I look at everything that's going on in my social media, my life looks like it's just dedicated to cars. So you have to understand the Matrix gives each person what they're thinking. And that's what's being controlled right there. The Matrix has no type of women are just controlling it. No, each person is different. It's just that in this space, you guys are seeing so much of this being Googled, you start to think that that's what it is. Start Googling other stuff and your views, what's been offered to you is going to change. All right. Next is going to be, forgot to hit regular dude. Got another donation. Zach Boloff, he says, I never wanted to be a leader, but I ended up always being the leader of the group. What's your thoughts on that? Then you have leadership qualities if you're able to convince people to go in your direction. That's what that means. You may have a leadership qualities, but let me tell you something about being a leader. You're not going to be a leader till you can get a leader to follow you. period. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have leadership qualities, and it seems like you have them, but you're not going to be a real leader till you can get a leader to follow you. Now, as far as that, take it and run with it, however you think it's going to be. Sounds like you have leadership qualities. That's my thought. All right. All right. It's like going. How does, here we go, Ben Ella. He says, how does a Sigma go into a business for themselves? Get off your ass. Google it. Everybody, there's millions of ways to get rich. Choose one. That's it. That's how Sigma goes into business. It sits down and it plans. Matter of fact, let me show you. This is what you want to do. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you something. All right, I wanna pull up, show y'all an example by using this game thing that, like, it's like a video game bracket. Let me see. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to find an example of an old Mortal Kombat video game bracket. I always try to use this as an example of how you want to try to set up success. But I can't seem to find the Mortal Kombat game screen bracket to use as an example. To me, success is always the same way. So what I'm going to do is I may just do this. I may have y'all about to make me really go into some. Okay, pull this up. Okay, when it comes to success, we'll start off here as a blank sheet. All right. Okay, and this is what I want you guys to do that are looking to gain success. All right, this is going to be the goal. Wait, hold on, let me turn. My screen capture is, they got my shit backwards. Hold on. Let me transfer. All right, there we go. Okay, so we'll say this is your goal. We'll say right here, this is going to be your business goal. All right, we're going to take business goal. We're going to put it down. And we're going to put that at the top. Whatever your name of your business is right here. Okay? Now, what you want to do is start position. Your start position is going to be down here. All right? Now, we'll take this off. This is just a little, let me get rid of this coffee. Shit. I want to put this in here. This is just an example of what you want to do. All right? It's your business goal. It may be coffee, but the bottom's going to be your start position. And down here is going to be level 1. All right, and you're going to go level 2. Level 3. Level 4. Go here. Level 5. Okay, what you naturally want to do is you want to figure out what you want to do. So we can go here and we could type in side businesses online. Side business ideas. Okay, what we have here is we have side businesses. 37 side businesses. So you guys don't have to keep asking me. So you have go freelance on current role, create online sales course. So let's choose something easy. Online course, sell online course. We'll say that. We'll Google for a sell online course. All right, let's see what type of sell online courses we get here. So now you see, you have all this stuff that can teach you about how to sell things online. They got techniques that teach you how to do it. So what you do is you type in Google what you want to do with your life, and Google gives you a game plan of what you want to do. And what you do is you go back over here and you write down the steps that Google are giving you from the bottom to the top. Move this back over. From the bottom to the top. This is how I have done every business. I've always put the name of the business up here. And I've always went and put the steps that it takes to get to that name of the business. You must physically sit down and write this stuff out with your life. That's what you want to do. You see how easy that was? Put your start position at the bottom, put the name of your business at the top, and put each step that it takes to complete the name of that business. And you wake up every day and you know how far you're away from the business. That's the goal. That's how you have to strategize whenever you're dealing with life. So if someone's asking me about businesses and goals and how you get up and get off your ass, that's how I do it. I write the name of the business at the top, and then I go from the bottom of the page to the top, writing down the steps that it's going to take for me to get there. That way, every day that I wake up, I know how far I'm away from the goal. That's what you guys have to do. You see how simple it was for me to just create that and do the research in less than 2 minutes? So these are questions that you guys can answer them yourself. It's a matter of putting in the work and doing the research to get to where you got to get to. All right, let's go back up. See what other questions we have. All right, we got one guy says, if the youth, forever preserving, he says, if the youth is the future, where do you see life headed in 5 to 10 years? We're headed towards destruction. We're headed towards a free fall world. At some point in the next 5 years, you're going to be able to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it. There's really no, right now, life is headed down. It's headed down. 5 or 10 years, you just hope that you're adjusting, and most of y'all are not sitting in your room. You have to get outside now, because you have to smell the air. You have to see the air. You have to see what's going on. And right now, we're headed towards destruction. Where do I see life in 5 to 10 years? Very bad. Violence, everything. All of this has already been written. All right, let me see here. Down forever. Let's see, answer some more. Hey, let's get some more donations going. All right, we got SL Perrin TV. He says, can a male transform himself into an alpha male, sigma male, zeta male, beta male, gamma male, omega, or can you do a small detail regarding each? No. You better know who the fuck you are before you come on this channel, bro. What you trying to transfer yourself into? I know I'm Sigma. I don't need to look at none of this other shit. I didn't sit down and say, oh, I'm going to pick a personality trait today. I'm going to go with that one. No. I seen it. I said, I recognize this. I'm running with it. I'm not going to do a breakdown of every. I have a video now. You go back. It shows the difference between alpha, beta, and sigma. I've already made that video already. You need to read it, but come up with your own conclusion, bro. All right. Jordan 11, he says, what did you do to stop yourself from pursuing women when you were on semen retention? I was already sick of fucking so many women, bro. I was already frustrated. I was seeking a new life. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to go on semen retention and I'm just going to. Nigga, I was already banging bitches, running through them. like that's easy. You're not talking to a loser. You're not talking to an ugly guy. Women come fairly easy to me. You guys have seen me walk up to women and they just talk to me for no reason. I've showed you this already. I got sick of banging women and getting nothing from it. Banging them, rolling over, looking at my phone, paying attention to other shit. So by the time I did a semen retention, I needed something new to do with my life. It's what I was seeking. It wasn't like I'm going on semen retention because somebody told me to do it. It was like, damn, nigga, I done fucking just random bras just wasn't it anymore for me. So that's what kept me from pursuing women. It's because I had so many options that I wanted the right one. I needed to read the right one to be with. The options were there, and I still have them now. So once I started to change my energy, then the good girl popped out. That's how it is with me. I was determined to be something different than what I was. You normally you only get to that point after you done banged enough women, bro. That's how it was. This manosphere, like most of these dudes in this space, the men have made them popular. The men have made them like leaders. The space has, because you're addicted to the hate of women. You're addicted to the flaws of women. So anybody that says the flaws of women, you're going along with their following. So a lot of these dudes in this space are fucking lames that never got women, never got pussy, came here, said what you like to hear, and you made them popular. You made them rich. You made them a leader, but they're still the guy that never got fucking pussy. I'm the guy that got it and still getting it. You're going to see some old, beat up guys, not unattractive, lazy, telling you that they used to have bitches. You can go to my Instagram. We can shut this down at any given moment. I'm used to having them. I'm still pulling them now like they're left and right, bro. I'm a good looking guy. Like this shit is easy for me. So I have to tell women, bye. That's where it got to. Bye. That's why I tell you, you get your life together, you start getting money, women are going to be the least of your problems. You're going to have to worry about business transactions. You got to worry about keeping the money coming in. That's going to be the main thing. Because if you ain't got no money and you're feeling insecure, the rest of your life's going to suck. You're going to get lazy. You're going to become fat. You're going to become sloppy. You're going to stay broke. You're going to drown in your misery. And nobody's going to want to be around you, let alone women. But when you eat right, you get on the grind, you work hard, you play hard, women come easy. That's what happens with me. You got to realize, bro, I was driving Benzes and shit at 21. I was one of the very few guys in the military with no kids. Everybody in my class that graduated with me out of basic training, they're all married early, not me. I still don't have kids to this day. Women were easy. I had to go on a semen retention to fix my own brain. All right, regular dude, he said, can you do a lecture teaching men how to escape bad relationships they already caught up in? All right, I could do a breakdown of that. How to escape bad relationships that men are caught up in. How to get out of a bad relationship, something like that. Ran out of paper. Let's see here. How to get out of escape a bad relationship. Let's see here. All right. I got you, bro. Jared, I see the masses accept the CBM for those. All right. Thrax says, what do you do when your girlfriend's mom's a hater? How do you handle it? When her mom's a hater, in my opinion, she feels like her daughter can do better. Whenever you have mothers that don't like the daughter's boyfriend, it's just because they feel like she can do better. That's all that is. That's natural. That comes with the territory. The only way that you can handle that, you got to prove to her that you're not the guy that she thinks you is. That's all that is. When mothers don't like the daughter's boyfriend, it's because they think that the daughter can do better. All right. Mike Larry, How can I work harder? What you mean work harder? Like, what are you talking about? How can I work harder? You got to get up and go for it or not. You better keep up with life or life's going to pass you by. That's what it's going to boil down to. You work harder by having the ambition and getting up and just putting in the work. That's all it is. I don't know no special thing from that. All right, let's see here. Jared, 20-year recovery, says, sleeping with women is not even a big deal anymore. He's right. You grow to be that way, bro. You grow to start to appreciate life. Big shout out to Keandre with the 99 cents. Mike Larry, he says, make more money, I mean. You have to figure out your lane of making money. I've been a stock trader. I've been a truck owner. I done been in the military. When I was young, I done worked at McDonald's, Burger King. I done been in a lot of jobs, bro. Like, it takes a while to figure yourself out where you want to go. But you got to find your lane. You got to just jump out there. You got to try something that makes money. The ones that become successful are the ones that try. You ever notice every motivational speech starts off with the flaws? Someone's always talking about, I was down and out. I didn't have nothing. I had to work to do this. I had to work to do that. Every time you hear someone that's successful talk about motivation, they're always speaking from the downfall. They're always speaking from the part that, from the perspective that hurt, that they were broke, sad, ain't got nothing to go on, disappointment. They didn't know if they could move on or not. And then all of a sudden it started working. That's what it's going to take for you to get rich. That's what it's going to take for you to make money. You have to put yourself out there to do it. And the thing is, now it keeps getting harder and harder in life for guys to just have the confidence to get up and do it. Women have been brainwashed to do it. Men haven't. Men just been brainwashed to complain and victimize themselves like little girls. That's what's been happening here. And the women are at the point where they're like, fuck. The men are too soft to even be respected. That's how the women are looking at you, because they're always seeking men to be stronger regardless of what they do. Now we have men in a position where it's like, guys have been stripped to even getting it. Oh, another thing I wanted y'all to do. Hey, you see this link at the top? It says link to Anthony Spade. Go to that channel. I have another channel called Anthony Spade Clips that's going to be putting clips of my shorts. So you guys make sure you go over there and subscribe to that channel, which is the link at the very top here where you see Anthony Spade Reactions. Click on that link and make sure you subscribe to the other channel. All right. Okay, Shadow of the Dragon says a man's main focus should be building his own legacy. He's right. Women nowadays would most likely cherish that. That's exactly what men need to do. Okay, big shout out to Mike Larry. Really appreciate it, bro. You guys have to focus on being a man. Most men just have to focus on being a man and no more complaining. That's the sad, see, the thing about life is sick of men complaining, but the men complaining are not sick of complaining. That's the problem that we have going on now. The world is saying, bro, get out and get it. The opportunity is there. But the men, they're not sick of complaining. Men haven't gotten to the point where they're like, man, I'm sick of complaining. I'm going to actually get up and do something with my life. That's what I'm going to do. Men are not saying that. That's the problem that we have in society. Men haven't got to the point where they're so pissed off that they want to be successful. Like, they'd rather sit back and nag. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand is that we have to actually get up, and now guys have to make it happen. Because life now is going to destroy you the moment you stand still. Because even in this YouTube space, we're competing with computers. All right? The world is competing with technology. So men, you got to catch up now, or life is going to drag you by and you're just going to be left talking. You can't do it anymore. You have to get up and start moving now. The complaining days are over. The agendas have settled in. That's what we need. We need to get men to the point where you're like, all right, I'm sick of it. I want to do something with my life. Today is the day that I'm going to try to strive to be the best man that I can be. We have to get men that get so mad that that's what they want to do. But we have men that are not, they're not pissed off to the point where they want to be successful. They're pissed off to the point where they want to complain more. And everybody's just kind of sitting around like, oh man, this again? Oh man, another one of these videos? Oh man, another one of those videos? Like how many, like, it's so cultured now for everyone to just say what's wrong with dating and what's wrong with relationships that people are kind of like, hey, let me just jump in there and say what everyone else is saying so I can make some money. But the problem is, how could men continue to wake up every day and just watch the same shit over and over again and not get mad? It's like, damn, you enjoy watching the same video every day. You enjoy watching the same reaction every day, and you don't get tired of it at all? That's where society and the world is looking at. It's like the rest of the world is like, man, we're sick of men complaining all the time. But the men complaining are not sick of complaining. That's one of the biggest issues that we have that's being formed in modern society. It's almost like you're going to have a lot of content creators that stop doing content this year. And it's about to happen real soon in this space. And there's going to be new red pillars that grow. You're about to see a lot of small channels that start to get up to the size channel as mine for doing the same content. And you're going to start to notice a lot of content creators that have been doing it for a while, they're going to start falling back from it. And the reason for that is because the audience is not tired of complaining, but the content creators are tired of making complaining content. That's the point. It's almost like mental illness to the content creator now to wake up and come up with the same thought process and put it out again. This is why I reverted back to what I started before, which is Sigma Nation. But when I stop and I look at the manosphere and I look at the spaces that we're in, I say to myself all the time, these niggas is not burnt out from talking about the same shit every day. And some contents are putting out 10 videos a day saying the same shit. And of doing it, it's almost like they're talking about it as if it's new shit. But then you have, and it's like the men keep growing to watch it. It's like, damn, there's still a big ass audience that loves this content. And the content is not telling men at all to go do anything with their life. It's just, let's just make women look bad. Let's just point the badness out of a woman again. The shit now is like, I don't know, bro. It's almost like I'm starting to lose respect for men. And the reason why is because I feel stupid sometimes when I make the content. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like we're really done. It's over. Like the shit is over with for real. Like the shit is over, bro. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what to say. Like I could easily make reaction videos and this and go viral, but sometimes I look at it and I'm like, yo, these niggas are really watching the same shit over and over again and responding to it as if this is the first time that it happened. That's where it's like, when we are telling the truth and people unsubscribe from the truth, but men are watching this. That's depressing on my end. It's when I go to tell you something that helps you and it's disrespect on your end because I didn't put the blame on the woman. That's where we're at with this, bro. That's why when guys say, you get mad at me when I tell you in real life, don't walk up to me with your problems. I don't want to hear them. Because as of right now in life, you have a bigger issue and your focus is in the wrong direction. That's real talk. A lot of guys now, you're getting here. That's the sad part. And I know you're getting there. Because I know you stuck and don't know where to go. Chipped up. We're trying to teach guys how to go into real life and survive, but they spent their whole life chipped up behind a computer. They don't know how to walk into real life and survive now. You have no survival tactics to the real world. That's what we're really lacking at right now. Sons of Number One came in with the graceful for listening. Big shout outs, bro. Came through with the $4.99. So yes, sometimes when I stop and I look at the space that we're in, I feel like it's mentally damaging sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That guys are really stuck. They really don't know how to move forward. Say to my J says, what should my purpose be? I'm 36 feeling lost. I don't know, bro. Everybody's purpose is different. I get tons of emails asking me that every day. Tons. That's why I make these videos, Sigma Male. We're confident. I try to push that out there. Michael Dorsey comes through again. Michael Dorsey, you coming through, bro. I got you on, we finna go ahead and make you a moderator. You coming in showing love. Whenever y'all come in showing love like that. Newest moderator is Michael Dorsey. Hey, y'all got about a week or so. We gonna reset after a week. After a week, Keandre will be the only one left with a wrench, and I think a couple others, and Mr. Goodbread and a couple others would be left with a wrench. And we're gonna reset the wrench thing over again. But Michael Dorsey just earned himself a wrench. Okay, but what I was answering the question of feeling lost is something that most people are facing now, is feeling lost. This is why it's very crucial that you get used to experiences in life so you can learn more to get out of that. The first thing that I can say right now is you have to adjust your energy. Once you adjust your energy and you adjust your views of life, your outcome of life is going to change. So right now, I wouldn't worry about a purpose. You need to worry about getting a good emotion. You have to go walk through the woods. Go walk. You got to go walk. You got to clear your head. But you got to walking through the woods, allowing nature, smelling nature, being around trees and stuff, that's going to start to calm you down. Next thing that you need to do, you need to adjust the energy around you. So change the way your room is. Clean your room. These type of things would change what you're going to do with your life. It'll completely change the energy. We have too many people that are trying to change their energy psychologically when you need to be trying to change your energy physically, which means you need to change your environment that you are around. You're not going to be able to sit at your computer or at your phone and figure this out. You're not going to be able to do that because that's what you've been doing. That's what you're accustomed to doing. I keep trying to tell people that casinos and gambling is really, really big because you're constantly seeking dopamine. When you go through your phone, I'm going on Instagram right now. When you go through your phone and you flicker your phone up like that, you see how that flickers? Okay, Instagram has become a casino to where people keep flickering till they find something that's good with their life. And that has been an addiction process that's slowing down men. And the reason why it's slowing down men is because you've been brainwashed to just treating women good. So you've taken your focus out of being a competitive alpha male that's competing with life to now being a lover boy that wants to express emotion. But the women have been programmed to be hard workers. So this is why women are outworking men. It's because their brainwashing has been completely different than men. And now trying to pull men back into a competitive way of thinking is hard. In order for you to fix your life, you have to have a competitive spirit that causes you to think in different dimensions. Men can't think in different dimensions because you sat still too long, drowning in misery. Now it's like, I want to do something, but I'm too comfortable doing nothing. That's one of the biggest problems that's facing men, is just becoming comfortable doing nothing. Hey guys, I'm about $60 away from my goal. Let's go ahead and get me let's go ahead and get the $60 up. Show me some love, big dog. All right, we got another donation here. ESD Hoops Training. Whoa. Big shout outs, bro. He says, I like how you let us know you make content, but don't approach you in public about it. That's the focus, should be bigger things, all money in 100. He says he like how you make content, but don't approach you in public about it. Right, because the reason, when I say that to some people, they think that's disrespect. I don't think it's disrespect. When I come online, I'm teaching you what I've learned about real life. When I go in real life, I have to be studying life. As a teacher, I have to separate the two. I have to separate the fact that, hold on. Why is my pose going up? I have to separate the fact that I'm teaching you about life, and when I'm in real life, I have to be studying people. I have to get out and do things, have a life. I got to travel around. I got to see how the natures of people are moving in order for me to stay on top of my game. I kind of feel like when people approach me in real life, they're not the best version of themselves. That's why I don't like being approached in real life. That's not saying don't approach me, but 9 times out of 10, if you want to approach me, everybody knows in this city, you better go get a car. Because the only time you're going to see Anthony Spade is at car meets. That's it. Outside of that, when I'm with my girl, you know not to approach me when I'm with my woman. You know that. Like, that ain't even how we roll. Plus, people see how I am in real life. They normally don't walk up to me anyways. But I have to be able to study life in order to teach life. And it's not disrespectful, but I really hate people walking up to me in real life complaining about women, right? And you look like you just didn't shower that day. You look like you sat at home all day. I've even had people approach me with weed in their hand. Yo, Spade, yo, bro, dude, like my girl, bro. Like, and I'm like looking at him like, bro, I can see your underwear. You're smoking a joint in front of me. You yo-yoing everywhere. Women don't want you, bro. Why is my energy clean? And now I got to tell you why women don't want you, but we could physically see all this? This is why I don't like being approached in real life. Michael Dorsey, big shout outs, bro. Because 9 times out of 10, I get approached by something that I know women do not want immediately. The way they walk up to me just be totally different. I just don't like being approached. I would rather teach it, because the guys that are Sigma, they don't really walk up to me because they're busy doing something else. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather guys understand that I make this discipline. I change everything from the matrix to my outside world. I know when I go in the outside world, I have to be able to be a chameleon. I got to be able to adjust to each different scenario. When I come online, I just got to make sure I'm inside of my Sigma zone, because the Sigma zone is your algorithm from where I teach. All right, Jared, 20-year recovery. He came through with the $4.99. He says a lot of guys down bad out here, bro, but they fail to realize the growth comes in pain, loss, and strategy. You're absolutely right. When I get down on my luck, I don't feel like I need to go on a date with a woman. I don't feel like I should be trying to find fun. When I didn't have any money, I didn't go to sleep. And when I started making money, I tried to work my damn ass off. I didn't want to go anywhere. I blocked everybody out. So I'm expecting if somebody is watching Sigma Nation and they're a Sigma male, that when they approach me in real life, you look like you got your life together. You don't look like you down and out. There's nothing that I can do for you at that point. You actually shouldn't be in front of me because chances are, if you see me in public, I'm probably getting ready to do some shit that requires spending money. So I wouldn't even see why you approach me at the vicinity that we at. If you that broke, you shouldn't be where I'm at. You should be somewhere trying to make yourself some money. You shouldn't be out here trying to have fun. That's how I look at it. You're right. A lot of guys are down, Jared. But only the strong gonna survive. Over here at Sigma Nation, it's not up to us to try to save them. You have to realize, what's the motto of my channel, Sigma Nation? What do we focus on? Introverted alpha males that are chasing their dream and self-improvement. So if someone is not looking like their self-improvement of life, they're not a Sigma male, which means that they're not part of Sigma Nation. Why would I lower my standards? That person is watching the wrong channel, wouldn't you say? That's how I look at it, bro. Sigma males, they know how to approach me. They know what's good, but I don't get approached like that. I get approached by the guy who's... I'm going to start taking pictures of some of these dudes. I swear. I swear. I'm going to start showing y'all why I don't want to be approached. All right, Dominique Stokes says, my sister is dating a drug dealer. What should I do? She's already made that decision. You make sure you don't get caught up with it. Some people you have to let fall. Some people you have to let fall in order to pick themselves up. You have to let people fail. People have to go through the pain in order to learn. All right? It's close. It's a relative. But at one point, one of my sisters was dating an older woman. I mean, not an older woman, but an older dude. She was in her 20s and he was in his 50s. And then it's like, hello, what's going on here? It was a money relationship, but we had to sit down and have a talking to her. And I'm telling you right now, when people are stuck on something, you have to wait for the relationship to end. You have to wait for something to happen in order for them to know. You can't change people. People have to want to change themselves. And I think that people will ruin themselves trying to say too many things to try to change someone. There's no words that I can say to you that would change your life. All I could do is speak opportunity to you. It's going to be up to you to change your life, not me. All right? I can't get, there's nothing I can do. Hey, I'm about $45 away from the goal. Let's go ahead and get the donations up. All right? Let's get some more questions in. Big shout outs to Jared, 20-year recovery. Michael Dorsey in the building. Casual Germ just joined the channel. Dorsey just joined the channel. ESD Hoops Training. All right. Let's see if we get some more questions going in here. That's it. But as far as your sister, Dominique, you got to let, when it comes to women, they have to hit their head. He says, King Jamal says, that's what I'm doing right now is cleaning my room and get rid of old stuff, preparing for the new. That's what you got to do. Sometimes taking a day out just to clean up your area that you're around changes your life. Walking outside, even if it's just going down the street, changes your life. Sitting in dark places, sitting inside your room, telling yourself what you want to do, that doesn't do anything at all. It's called procrastination. Procrastination only increases the depression that you're already under. Casual Germ with the $10. Big shout outs to that dude. Big shout outs to him. But yes, cleaning up, straighten up your area around what you're doing will alternate and change your life. All right, guys, I want to thank everybody for donating, but I really have to get up and go take care of some things right now. All right, I do appreciate everybody that did donate today. Big shout outs to regular dude, Desiree. Hold on, let me go all the way back up. We got Keandre, big shout out, Spiritual Alpha, regular dude, Jordan 11, Desiree came through, Desiree Ellsford came through, Jared, 20-year recovery. Who else we got in here? Pat Do It, $2. Big shout outs, bro. Michael Dorsey in the building. He's definitely champion of the day. Let me see here. Keandre. Regular dude, definitely another. Alex in the zone. That's another one. Big shout outs, bro. You was donating last night. Really appreciate it. Sons of Number One. Really appreciate it, bro. You're another one that was donating last night as well. ESD Hoops. Really appreciate it. Casual Germs. Really appreciate you too. All right, guys. I may go live later on. Make sure you get up there and subscribe to the second channel, Anthony Spade Clips. I do have another video that's getting ready to come out as soon as this live goes off. The full live will be on the memberships. If you're a member, you can go back and watch this full live. Other than that, you will have to watch the clippings come out tomorrow, and I'm about to release a video here extremely soon. Thank you for everybody showing up. Big shout outs. Comment, like, subscribe. Hasta la vista.